Right, okay. Oh, there goes a pigeon. Okay, it's Wednesday the 18th of July. It's 10 past 2 in the afternoon, and I've just got set up at the campsite. This is Camping Gasper, which is in Damien, which is on the east of Amsterdam. My first choice was Camping Zeeburg. Well, let's start at the beginning. So, spent all day yesterday packing the van. I didn't think it would take that long to pack a van. I started at 9 o'clock sorting out my little car, managed to persuade the guys from the joke shop to let me use their garage, paid him a bit of money, so he met me at 9 o'clock, packed my little car away. Then I had to go into town and get my euros. Got a lot because it's interest free, and I've been realising I don't want to be using my debit card out here all the time, paying for fuel, paying for anything by debit card, because they charge interest and some commission for every little thing, and I realised it was stupid getting cash out all the time. That's what I used to do. Anyway, so got my money, got a couple of books, a little mirror in town, got that sorted, came back home and literally spent all day packing the van. So if you can see what we've got here, there's the van, there's my bike, and in here is my bed, assuming this camera's working. There's the bed I made, that's all up. Little table I made, which does spin out. There's my best hat I'll be wearing shortly. Oops. Okay, there's the knife, I'll explain that in a second. Box of electronics. Satellite dish, stupid idea bringing that, but if I get bored I can actually have a satellite television, which is stupid. Tent. This opens up to a full, like a shower tent. Never ever used it, and I brought it on holiday twice and I've never used it once. Under here is my giant Bluetooth speaker, which is fantastic. My idea is to do impromptu discos of swing and jazz, but we'll see if that ever happens. Up here we've got a couple of, see those two things? They are LTE 4G antenna, so they go through to a little receiver here. So I've got 4G and I connect to the Wi-Fi to that, so I can have it on the move, so I can have permanent Wi-Fi or 4G. And it's really good reception. Oh, I just pulled an aerial out. Although there is free Wi-Fi at this campsite. I haven't used it yet. Don't necessarily need to use that, and it doesn't need to be on now. Reversing camera. Thing for my phone. Put a camera there. Sat nav there. Well, I took the passenger seat out, as you can see. Now, what happened? The problem was I had yesterday, so I got everything packed. It got to about 4 o'clock, 4:30. Left the key with the neighbours. I thought, well, I've got my internet switched off at home, because it was 50 quid a month, and I won't be using it for quite a while, hopefully. So I got my phone disconnected, so I had no internet basically. Well, I did, but we won't talk about that. It's off. So I thought, what I'll do is I'll go to the pub, the Queen's pub, and just submit a couple of meter readings, my Lecky and gas, before I leave. So they've got those. And what did I do? I decided to do something with the back of the car. Oh, that's it. I didn't have any painkillers. My back was killing from shifting stuff all day. The back was really hurting. So in the car park, open this up. The bike obviously goes on there with the water bottle and these two things. This was all piled up here. Lifted this up, this tailgate, got in there to where my first aid kit is and the painkillers. Now on here I had an extra strap that came down on a keyring, so it was longer, so I could pull it easier. Great idea, you think, but it came down, and what I did was I closed the door. That strap was hanging down, caught on this locking mechanism here. So when I went to close the door, that caught in, and the whole thing was jammed. So I couldn't open the boot again. And all my cooking equipment is in. My cooking equipment is in this one. In here is, well, I don't need to show you, there's a little gas and stove and stuff. So I couldn't make coffee, and my tools to fix anything are in this one. And there's no way, as you can see, I'm going to get into these boxes with this gate closed for the tools. So rather than try and fix it in the pub car park, I thought I'll wait till I get to the campsite, because I didn't have time. I had to go and get the ferry. So anyway, I drove down to Dover, completely non-stop. Well, apart from when I did have to stop, when some idiots on the Dartford Bridge just stopped. There was a slip road, and instead, the car in front of me, instead of just going on and waiting for the guy on the slip road to wait and pull in, he just stopped dead from 70 mile an hour to 0 in front of me. I stopped in time just, and he let this car out. I was absolutely furious, but that was the closest I came to an accident. Anyway, got to Dover, no problem, got on the ferry, police were very nice, complimented me on my van for some reason, I don't know why. Maybe I've turned the lights off. And yes, I got on the ferry, but all the time I was worrying that I was going to spend weeks away not being able to open the boot, which was a nightmare. So then drove up to Amsterdam. On that sat nav, it didn't have, I wasn't using Google Maps because it's a pile of shit to navigate by. If you've ever tried using Google Maps to navigate, don't bother, because it tells you about, well, it just tells you too late when to turn and stuff. So I've got another I use iGo, in fact, on Android. So I used that, but I had to put centre of Amsterdam in. And but what was great about it is I got to centre of Amsterdam, I thought, I recognise these streets. I can find this campsite without sat-nav. So, and sure enough, I did recognise the street. So went nearly to the central station, turned right to where I knew I'd been on my bike. But the road that I usually go down was completely blocked and closed off for roadworks. Typical. So I had to drive around Amsterdam. Oh dear, the sat-nav was off. Where am I going? But I sort of used my bearings, and then did start to recognise streets. Thought, oh, it's down here, and sure enough, I found the campsite. But it was 5:15 in the morning, so I didn't bother. I just went into the car park there, parked up, and put the shades on. Sunshades and stuff, and went to sleep. Security guard saw me, but he didn't say anything. I had a little sticker on my mirror saying no ticket found and stuff like that. So I went to sleep. Pretty good sleep actually, till about 11 o'clock. I thought, oh, it's going to be check-in. Went to the campsite in Zeeburg. No, we're full. We've got no spaces. Maybe you could wait a couple of hours. Or I said, is there any emergency? He said, hey, well, yeah, but they're only for late people, so you could come back at 10 o'clock and pretend that you've just arrived. I said, will you be here? He said, no, but anyway, I wasn't going to do that. But I knew this Camping Gasper was here. Stuck that in the sat-nav, got here, and I've just spent the last hour, because I couldn't have any tools. I've had this kitchen knife, and I've been sat on my back under here for about an hour trying to cut that damn thing out so I could open the boot. Anyway, it only took an hour in this heat to get that sorted. So that's sorted. Everything's good. I'm going to sorted out how to put my bike on differently and stuff. So that's it. How long have I been recording now? 8 minutes. So I think 10 minutes is going to be enough of this shit. I was going to just do this audio because nobody wants to look at my ugly face, but anyway, it's video. See, the campsite's quite nice. Blah blah blah. Toilet block over there, shower block, and the main reception is right over there. Maybe I'll do a tour later on, but now I'm going to get a shower, freshen up because I need one. I've been in these clothes for quite a long time. There's like white salt deposits on my t-shirt. That's mainly from yesterday, actually, sweating. So I'm going to get a shower, freshen up, and head into town. Probably a bit later than I'd planned, but anyway, I'm going to do that. I'm going to stay here a couple of nights, then get off. So I might do some video in town. I've got a much better camera than I'm using now. I bought specially for this, but this, to be honest, is a lot easier. I can't see the screen, so I don't know what this looks like. And yeah, that's it. So I'm here. This is the start of my holiday, and I'm quite pleased to be here, to be honest. Well, and now I'm a little bit more relaxed now the car's done. So see you later. Bye.